of COVID-19 cases in the country rises to a total of 15,712. Death toll touches 507. Current crisis poses daunting challenges for policymakers in emerging markets and developing economies, says IMF chief. Union Home Ministry issues standard operating procedures for the movement of stranded migrant labourers. Supreme Court Collegium decides to recommend elevation of Allahabad High Court Judge Vishwanath Samadar as Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. And Manipur set to become coronavirus-free as the state's sole active COVID-19 patient tests negative. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sangeeta Bhattacharjee. Now with the details. The number of COVID-19 cases in the country has climbed to 15,712, while the death toll rose to 507. The number of active COVID-19 cases stands at 12,974. Till now, as many as 2,231 people have been cured or discharged. The Health Ministry spokesman said 54 districts from 23 states and union territories have not reported fresh cases in last 14 days. He said 755 dedicated hospitals and 1,389 dedicated healthcare centers in the country are working for the treatment of critical patients. Maharashtra reports the highest number of deaths of 211, with Madhya Pradesh reporting 70 deaths, Gujarat 53 and Delhi 42.
सेलेक्टिव रिलैक्सेशन दिया जाएगा और उसके अकॉर्डिंग 20 अप्रैल यानी कि आज रात से नॉन कंटेनमेंट एरियाज में सेलेक्टिव रिलैक्सेशन के तहत हॉटस्पॉट्स जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है हमारे, उसमें कंटेनमेंट एरियाज में ये रिलैक्सेशन लागू नहीं होगा। स्टेट्स, यूटीज लोकल रिक्वायरमेंट्स के अकॉर्डिंग जो गाइडलाइंस गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने दी हैं उससे फर्दर स्ट्रिक्ट मेजर्स भी इंपोज कर सकती हैं।
के भीतर आवाजाही के लिए एक एसओपी आज जारी किया है, जिससे कि वो जो अनुमति प्राप्त आर्थिक गतिविधियां हैं उसमें रोजगार के लिए सुचारू रूप से जा सके। इस आवाजाही में सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग इत्यादि का सख्ती से पालन किया जाना है। सभी राज्य सरकारों को और केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों को इस एसओपी के क्रियान्वयन के हेतु निर्देश दिए गए हैं।
More than 160,000 people have died from the novel coronavirus around the world, almost two-thirds of them in Europe, according to AFP, the international news agency's tally on Sunday. A total of 160,502 fatalities have been registered out of 23,31,318 cases. These include 1,01,398 deaths. The United States is the country with the most reported deaths at 39,090, followed by Italy with 23,227, Spain 20,453, France 19,323 and Britain 15,464. Meanwhile, in a key breakthrough, COVID-19 vaccine developed by Oxford scientists could be available around October. Sarah Gilbert, a professor of vaccinology, said efficacy result from phase 3 trials of the vaccine will be available by October 2020, but cautioned that these best case time frames are highly ambitious and subject to change. The International Monetary Fund IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva has warned and said that the current crisis posed daunting challenges for policymakers in many emerging markets and developing economies. Addressing the Development Committee meeting during the annual spring meeting of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, the IMF managing director said a large global contraction in the first half of this year was inevitable. She said the coronavirus pandemic hit the world economy when it was already in a fragile state. The Home Ministry today issued Standard Operating Procedures (SOP) for the movement of stranded migrant labourers for their engagement in industrial, manufacturing, construction, farming and MNREGA works within states and union territories where they are currently located. The SOP said in the event that a group of migrants who wish to return to their places of work within the state where they are presently located will be screened, and those who are asymptomatic will be transported to their respective places of work. The Home Secretary has made it clear that there will be no interstate movement of workers during the lockdown, which has been extended till the 3rd of next month. Government has clarified that no decision has been taken on operations of domestic or international flights so far. In a tweet, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri advised the airlines to open their bookings only after a decision in this regard is taken by the government. This came after Air India on Saturday announced that it will resume bookings for international flights with travel date from June 1st onward, following a travel ban on all flights due to COVID-19 lockdown. Air India had also reported resumed bookings for select domestic routes starting 4th of next month. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said that all works related to agriculture and some other activities will start from tomorrow. In regard of Jab Bhi Jahan Bhi, few pockets of economy will open from 20th April, which will ensure gradual economic activities. He asserted on social distancing and promoted the use of Arogya Setu app for authentic information in the fight against COVID.
कि जब आर्थिक गतिविधियां खासकर ग्रामीण इलाकों में शुरू होगी, जो खेती के लिए जरूरत है वो खेत से लेकर खलिहान से लेकर बाजार तक सब कुछ खुलेगा और प्रोसेसिंग तक। उसके बाद खुलेगा कल से उद्योग जो है ग्रामीण इलाकों में वो सब खुलेंगे, तो वहां रोजगार और बाकी सब होता। कंस्ट्रक्शन, जहां कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रही है वहां सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का नॉर्म पालन करके वो भी शुरू होगा। इसके सिवा जिनके इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेट्स है और इंडस्ट्रियल शेड्स है, ऐसे जगह भी काम शुरू होगा। तो मुझे लगता है कल से एक बड़ा काम अच्छा शुरू होगा और उसका परिणाम होगा।
The Supreme Court Collegium has decided to recommend the elevation of Calcutta High Court Judge Dipankar Datta as Chief Justice of Bombay High Court. The Collegium, headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde, in its decisions taken on Saturday, also decided to recommend elevation of Allahabad High Court Judge Vishwanath Sumadar as Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. The decisions of Supreme Court Collegium were uploaded on the Apex Court website on Sunday. 3 ministers of the state visited Barak Valley on Sunday ahead of the April 20th selective relaxation of lockdown. In an effort to understand the lockdown situation and preparedness, Minister Kekhob Mohanta Otul Bora and Fani Bhukan Chaudhary visited South Assam. The trio visited Karimganj and held a meeting with the district administration and health officials, analyzing the situation. After this, they visited Hailakandi and assured the people of availability of essential goods and free fertilizers to the farmers. Manipur is all set to become coronavirus free as the state's sole active COVID-19 patient has tested negative on Saturday, said the Director of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS Professor Santa Singh. The director told DD News that the 65-year-old patient who was admitted on 31st March was undergoing treatment at RIMS and has now tested negative for COVID-19 in the 3rd test.
Treating team, medical superintendent, and the staff nurse, cleaner, sapai wala, government of Manipur also, mating pambir kibisungta. We are very grateful. Akoina kangadawa paradi siregi kangadawda. Sigi virus yamna kuina laibe aisini means.
The Tripura government yesterday declared to promote all the students of Standard 1 to 9 and 11 who had appeared in the annual examinations before lockdown curfew came into force. Side-by-side checking of answer scripts of Madhyamik and higher secondary examination conducted earlier would be commencing from April 24 next. States' joint entrance examination, which was scheduled for April 2 and 3, had been postponed due to lockdown curfew because of COVID-19 pandemic. The students of 9 will get marks in the 3 subjects which they could not appear due to the lockdown on the basis of half-yearly examination marks. East Khasi Deputy Commissioner held a meeting on Saturday with the Darbar Shnong's representatives of various religions and leaders of various communities on the issues related to COVID-19, especially on the steps which needs to be adopted to avoid similar situation like that of the funeral of the senior doctor who had died of novel coronavirus. During the meeting, the traditional heads, religious leaders and community leaders raised many questions relating to COVID-19, like how the virus spreads and what procedure of cremation to follow. The Home Ministry today said that supply of non-essential goods by e-commerce companies will remain prohibited during lockdown. Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla issued an order excluding the non-essential items from sale by the e-commerce companies from the consolidated revised guidelines, which listed the exemption given to the services and to people from the purview of the lockdown. The government has dismissed a news report that a 20% cut in central government pensions is being planned. It has termed the news as false. In a tweet, Ministry of Finance has clarified that there will be no cut in pension disbursements. The ministry also clarified that salaries and pensions will not be affected by government cash management instructions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his program Mann Ki Baat on All India Radio on 26th of this month. It will be the 64th episode of the monthly radio program. Prime Minister Modi has invited all people to share their ideas on topics like 25th April. Till 25th April, people can dial 1800-117800 to record their message and can write on the Namo app open forum or MyGov. People can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give their suggestions. And now we have the weather report.
Satellite imagery over the northeast shows that heavy rains accompanied by strong winds is likely to occur at many isolated places of the region during the next 24 hours. The temperatures recorded today at some of the state capitals of the region are as follows. Guwahati recorded a maximum of 29.6 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 18.9 degrees Celsius. Itanagar 26.8 and 19.4. Kohima 20.6 and 11.6. Imphal 30 and 15.6. Aizawl 28.3 and 16.1. Agartala 35.5 and 21.5. Shillong 23.6 and 14. And Gangtok recorded a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius.
And before we wind up the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. Number of COVID-19 cases in the country rises to a total of 15,712. Death toll touches 507. Current crisis poses daunting challenges for policymakers in emerging markets and developing economies, says IMF chief. Union Home Ministry issues standard operating procedures for the movement of stranded migrant laborers. Supreme Court Collegium decides to recommend elevation of Allahabad High Court Judge Vishwanath Sumadhar as Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. And Manipur is said to become coronavirus free as the state's sole active COVID-19 patient tests negative. Well, that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.